I guess now I can officially announce that later.
Oh yeah, we can do it on live.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. It's me and the chair today.
Oh here. Had to turn the overhead light off. It gets a little bright, y'all. What is going on, beautiful people? I am Lee Hammock, self-aware narcissist, and this is Mr. Raw Motivations, Ben Taylor, another self-aware narcissist, promoting healing, growth. Oh, give your tagline, Ben.
Awareness, awareness, growth, healing, and change.
Awareness, growth, healing, change. Awareness, growth, healing. Okay, awareness, growth. I'm committed. Nicole, what's going on? Hey, what is up, y'all? What is up? What is up? Welcome to the live Q&A. Doing it tonight. I'm feeling good tonight. I'm feeling dangerous, like Baker Mayfield. I'm Baker Mayfield tonight, y'all. I'm feeling dangerous. I woke up feeling dangerous.
I'm pumped. I'm glad to just be here. I just finished my 8 hours, so like I'm glad to be here.
What did it do? What did it do? Can we ask questions? Yeah, you could ask one right there. I'd put it on the screen.
Yeah, that is a one question, CB. Sorry.
What is going on, everybody? I hope y'all having a beautiful, beautiful night, y'all. Seriously, blessed to be here. Hello from Val. What's Val? Is it VA? Oh, Val. What is going on, y'all? Sadie, what's going on? How you doing? Hope you having a great day. Ontario, Texas. Ontario, Texas. Ontario, Canada. I think Texas is the same way. What is going on, y'all? Hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful day. Doing a live question and answer tonight.
Hello.
Feeling some type of way about your Amber and Johnny analysis. I feel like a lot of people are, y'all, because like I'm just chilling. I was just like, I didn't go too in depth into the analysis that I did, but like, you know, Johnny Depp is on trial. I mean, not on trial, but like the defamation case is, you know, back and forth, hit or miss. You know, I honestly feel like, and it looks like this. Sam over at What Doesn't Matter said this. She's like, she doesn't think Johnny Depp is even trying to win the case. He's just trying to paint Amber Heard as the aggressor, so that helps him get back into Hollywood. And he can make 2 movies. He can make the $50 million back. So he's not, that's kind of change right there. So it could be just set up. I love your videos. Help me so much. Hi from Western New York. So y'all, if y'all don't know, we're gonna start it off by saying this. On June 12th, we're having a live in-person meetup. In Virginia Beach, Virginia. Me and Mr. Ben Taylor, we're getting together, hosting a live in-person meetup at Cova in Virginia Beach. June 12th. We're gonna be spreading more information about it coming up soon. So y'all stay tuned. Come meet us, y'all. We're fun. We're interesting. We want to have a good time. So Virginia Beach, Virginia is going to be getting in. I made progress. I made months of progress in NC. Just recently broke it. No contact. So why'd you break no contact, y'all? Because when you break no contact, the narcissist or the toxic person feels like you deserve what you get from that point forward. They feel like, hey, you came back. It couldn't have been that bad if you came back, right? It couldn't have been that bad. Oh, see, she said it. Cova, Virginia Beach, meet and greet. Put it on the screen.
Yep. There you go. It's officially out. Our official first announcement.
It's out there. There you go, right there. So Stephanie Glass says, "How do you know when a narcissist is hitting a midlife crisis? What is midlife, though? I'm gonna let Ben hop on that. What do you feel like is midlife right there?
Midlife crisis? I don't know. I would guess like in some aspects that would be kind of like when you see the narcissist like spiral or get into depression or like run into the, wait a second, I need to pivot and become the victim once again so I can figure out how I can deal with how bad my life is,
Yeah.
But yeah.
To me, I feel like every time a narcissist sees somebody faces their mortality, there's going to be a midlife crisis coming up where they feel like they haven't done enough in their life. And they might, like Ben said, pivot to doing something else. And I hate when it's backwards. Pivot to doing something else.
I went like this earlier, and I was like, "Wait a second, you're over there."
Yeah. So you were right. I went back, and he treated me worse. Big mistake. That's how it goes, y'all. I'm just telling you. Ben says that in a lot of his videos too. When you go back, they think it's okay. Like, hey, you're fine with how I've been treating you because you came back to me. You don't have to come back. I'm not holding you hostage here. You know, so you must be okay with it.
Yeah, when you go back, that initial is the new like baseline. Like how they were treating when you left was new baseline of how they're going to continue to treat you.
So we got right here. Said Ben, I appreciate your videos. Recently, you have been talking about a lot of stuff I have been going through, like my MPD ex dragging her feet in family court for 5 years, but I'm standing strong.
Oh, that's good to hear. I'm really glad to be able to hear that it's been helping out because yeah, no, it's so true. Like dragging stuff out, like I hear like countless stories. I'm talking with people like every single day. It feels like that they are stuck in relationships where they're just dragging it out. You know.
Coming to Charlotte too, yo. We're gonna do VA Beach first, and we're gonna do NC. Like we about to travel the whole state, y'all. Seriously, we taking it on the road. I'm gonna find some solid ones right here, y'all. Hop on this one right here, Ben.
All right. Is it ever too late to restart no contact? So, no, I would say it's never too late because the biggest thing with no contact is you want to make sure that you're protecting yourself. And a lot of times people think, like, what's the point? I've already gone back, one time, 2 times, 10 times, 15 times. At the end of the day, like, you need to make the right choice that's going to take care of yourself and it's going to take care of maybe your kids or whoever else is in the picture. But no contact, like, make sure when you go no contact that you go completely no contact. Like, you got to get to the place where a lot of times I refer to it as like ghosting. Like, you want to go so no contact that they cannot contact you at all. Sometimes people are like, I've been no contact for 6 months and then I talked to him 2 days ago and I'm like, that's not no contact. Like, you have to make sure it's completely no contact, no way to get through.
So right here, so long-term affairs, mostly narcissists. Do you mean that mostly narcissistic people have long-term affairs? I don't. I think that depends. I really think it depends on the narcissistic person. I just feel like me personally, if I were to have an affair, would it be long-term? I don't know. I really don't know. I think it would be more along the lines of some short-term type, in out. We do what we need to do. So this person says, does a narcissist know they made a bad decision if they've left, but will stand 10 toes down in their decision? My ex-husband's financial life has been horrible since he's left. So me personally, if I make a decision, my pride would not let me to go back on that decision. It's just like my pride and my ego are so just inflated that I would not go back on my decision, regardless of how my life situation was going, regardless of how I'm doing, regardless of how I'm living. I will not go back on my decision. Just pride, right. I might be failing, I might be doing whatever, but I've said it. I'm done. I can be broke as hell. I could be living on the park bench, but I would tell you I'm happy as hell. Like, look, I'm happy I left you. I left your ass. Look, I'm happy. Look, this park bench is warmer and more cozier than the bed our marital bed. Is it a lie? Yes, but I'm going to stand on it regardless of the fact. So Jen says, love your content. Thanks for what you do. Do you guys find it rewarding to help us, or that's not quite a natural feeling for narcissists? I'm gonna let Ben hop on that one, y'all.
So I would say it's rewarding in like the aspect of it's like different than like what we've ever experienced with like other types of like supply. So sometimes people are like, you probably get like supply off of being off of social media or being these channels and things like that. And honestly, like in one sense, I feel like we're tapping into more like intrinsic rewards in one sense now of we're actually like gaining like excitement and pleasure of seeing other people actually like succeed and be able to, move up to the next stage of life in one sense. So I would say at first, it might not be necessarily a natural feeling, or sometimes I would say it's not a natural feeling to be able to connect with people on the same level. But I think at times when we're doing one-on-ones, it gives us almost an advantage sometimes over people who are more emotionally connected to the situation, because it's easier for us to kind of take like an analytical look to the situation and be like, well, like, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? Where sometimes people can only see it from one direction.
Mm-hmm. There you go, Mr. Ben. So this is a specific question right here. Do narcissists have a hard time with humor or expressing joy. They hardly ever laugh at movies or memes I would share. Say they don't get it. So me personally, I don't have I don't have a hard time with humor, y'all. I love
Right.
being funny. I just feel like humor connects me. That's my like my connecting piece, honestly, to humanity. Like I feel like being funny helps me blend into circles and situations that I normally feel like I wouldn't blend into. So me personally, I like being funny. Ben has his humor side too. So I just feel like humor, I just feel like that's situationally dependent upon who you're dealing with. I just like you
Yeah, I
might
feel like in some aspects where they're not laughing and say they don't get it, either maybe they just completely don't get it, or maybe they're actually using it to be able to make you feel like you're either dumb or like try to control you. I would say in manipulative moments, there's been times that I've done that, where I've seen someone make a joke and I don't want to agree that they're funny because I thought I was funnier in the moment, and they tried to make another joke and I'm like, I don't get it, like that's not funny, that kind of an idea.
the lies are so confusing. Yes,
Mhm.
yes, they
That's the
are.
point.
That's the point. Yes, that is exactly the point. They're supposed to be confusing. They're supposed to make you question your reality. They're supposed to make you feel a certain type of way. They're supposed to make you feel like you're not in charge. Your brain is going here. Is what is the truth? What isn't the truth? And things like that. You know what I mean? That's literally the point right there. So I feel like this is a good one right here. You got to have a lack of empathy to have a long-term affair. I just, I feel like compartmentalization plays a role into this right here, y'all. I feel like narcissistic people, like me and Ben, had the same experience when we were on a webinar when a therapist, Carrie McAvoy, PhD, said that she said narcissistic people are very, very good at compartmentalization. Like
Mhm.
we put different sections and parts of our lives in different boxes. So this long-term affair may not actually affect how they feel about you, because this is two different pieces of them. They might feel the same way about you. That affair in a narcissist mind sometimes, that affair might make them stay with you longer. That affair part right there, like I'm getting this from this person, and I'm getting this from this person over here. So they're helping it. It's like it's wild how it works though, y'all. Lack of empathy play a role into it, possibly, but I feel like sometimes it's just like they put you in different boxes. You are over here. You're in the wife family box. This other person is in the girlfriend box or whatever, So y'all might not be connected. It's kind of wild how that works right there.
I would almost go as far to say from like the narcissistic mind, there is no such thing as a long-term affair. There's like a thing of I'm in a unfulfilled abusive relationship with my wife, and then this is a friend that's helping me cope. like
Yep.
like literally, like it can be that much different, like in their mind in one sense, but that's the compartmentalization. And like I've explained it before we use the word compartmentalization or like boxing it up. I've explained it as like different realities in one sense of like I'm in this reality of like, hey, I'm married and I'm not cheating because this is the only reality that's actually there. But then I'm over here and this reality I'm with someone else because like my marriage is so awful, but like that doesn't exist when I'm over here. So then it doesn't feel like I'm contradicting myself. The only thing I have to worry about is just the jump over the gap in between.
Cancers or narcissists? Ben, what's your astrological sign?
I'm a Libra.
See, Libra. See, so I am actually a Cancer, so that's kind of hilarious that you put that on here. But I just feel like I don't think narcissistic personality disorder is like I agree with this right here. Narcs are not zodiac specific, because I
Yeah.
guarantee you everybody in the chat has had a different experience with somebody else, with a different person on the zodiac chart. I don't think it's zodiac specific.
Yeah,
And
or
they,
even like personality specific either. As far as like DISC, Enneagram, Myers Briggs, like any one of those could be like a narcissist.
yeah. So why take accountability? Sorry, y'all. I had a weird dry cough like when I was in therapy today. I just could not stop coughing in therapy. It might be a subconscious cough because as soon as I left, I was good. I was like, deep breaths.
If
Yeah,
something
yeah.
out.
Yes. Why take accountability, y'all? Why? Like honestly, I feel like a lot of narcissistic people will feel this way. why should I take accountability if I'm not going to be held, if you're not going to punish me for anything I do? Like if you're going to continuously accept me back into your life, accept me in any way, shape, or form back into your life, or allow me in your life, why would I take accountability for anything that I do? You're not holding me accountable because you allow me back in your life. I feel like it's simplistic, y'all. It seems illogical, but in my mind, it just makes sense. Like, if I treated you terribly, you wouldn't allow me back in your life. So why should I take accountability? It's your fault. Boom. You got it. It's on you now.
Yeah, I think for like me, like on the flip side of the question of like why are we here? Why are we taking accountability? Like it kind of along lines of like for me, it's like even part of my journey as far as like working on myself of being honest and vulnerable in relationships. And then that bled out to like, hey, this is who I want to be, not just in like relationships, but like to everybody. And that's why I'm here.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna
You have to get through all like these like signs.
I'm gonna shoot this from the bin right here. Why do they believe their own lies?
Believing a fantasy is easier than living in reality for a narcissist because living in reality means you have to be honest and vulnerable, which ultimately gets back to the idea of having to admit, something you did wrong, which prompts guilt and which ultimately touches on shame. And shame is the underlying river that's rushing underneath narcissism personality disorder because like think of it this way, like when you're cooking and you're boiling water for pasta and you accidentally dip your hand inside that boiling water, you jerk your hand back out because it's painful. For a narcissist, when they get close to feeling guilt and feeling vulnerability, they jerk right back because it's painful. And so it's something that they're unwilling to acknowledge. And so it's a lot easier to cover that over with a lie, like stick a band-aid on it, like ignore it, box it up, throw it back in the back corner of their mind, than it is to deal with reality.
So did y'all hear that? The man said shame is the river that runs under narcissism. That's a good quote, y'all. that's a good one right there.
we probably have like there's probably a river running through cluster B and it branches off between shame for the narcissist and abandonment for the borderline.
Yeah. Yeah.
Antisocial just dries up because they don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Do you love your wife and kids? I feel like we can both take part in answering this question. So I would say yes. Why do I? I just like honestly. How I always ask this question right here: how do you treat your wife and kids? Do you treat them like you love them? So sometimes did I treat them like I didn't love them? Yeah, possibly because I was on my underwear journey, trying to be self-sufficient and try to fulfill my own selfish needs and things like that. So yeah, I was inadvertently hurting people around me, trying to make myself happy, but now I'm self-aware. The last 4.5 almost 5 years, I've been just trying my hardest to love my wife and kids as hard as I can. Like I'm probably overcompensating right now, honestly, because I feel like I'm trying harder now because I feel like I lacked off for so many years. So I'm trying harder now to make up for it. So I feel like I'm overcompensating for lost love, if that makes sense to y'all.
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense. I think for me it's like that's also what's helping like I think my love for my wife and my kids is demonstrated in the fight I have to do every day in my mind and in myself of like controlling like who I am, kind of reworking like my thoughts, my mindset, and things like that. So like mine is like a demonstration and an outworking because I mean throughout the marriage like there'd be times that I would say like yeah I love my wife but I wouldn't demonstrate it, and so now it's more to the fact of like how do I show up each day, how do I demonstrate it, how do I work on building an intentional relationship with my wife versus a false one.
Mm-hmm. There you go. I love it. I love it. Somebody said put that on a t-shirt. Put that river runs under on the t-shirt, man. That you can. That's don't y'all take that. That's Ben's.
I've got that one, and then I think like hashtag be the buffalo. I want to get on a t-shirt.
I love that you sent me that. I was just like, God damn, be the buffalo. I'm running towards it. So if your wife was sick, would you take care of her and empathize for her pain?
Unaware, no, like that was an inconvenience.
Yeah, exactly. I just feel like Oh my god, you lose. My wife loses her voice literally every year, y'all. At least once or twice every year, she loses her voice and can't talk. She's like, "I'm losing my voice." So I got to do all the talking now. Cool, bet. It would just annoy me. But now I would say, like, if my wife was sick, would I take care of her? Yes. The empathy is still kind of floating around and whatnot, but would I take care of her? Would I understand if she's sick and she needs help? Yes, I would absolutely do that. She was sick now. You know what I mean? She was sick the other day. I've been working hard to try to, hey, go in the room, take a nap. I got the kids. Even though it frustrated me because I had other stuff to do. I'm like, go take a nap. I got them. But I understand it, y'all. I feel like cognitive empathy helps me more than anything now.
And I think the hard thing now sometimes is creating that safe space for the wives to be able to kind of unplug and be like, okay, it's okay to relax. It's okay to heal when, like, for so often, like, she wasn't okay to do that because she knew I'd get upset or she'd still have to be responsible for everything. So it's kind of like, kind of trying to redo that thought process, but then also like make her feel like safe enough so that she, doesn't revisit that trauma in her mind.
Mm-hmm. So who can diagnose me with a personality disorder? I want to seek help. So I have a clinical psychologist that I see, y'all. That I've been working with. I had a therapy appointment today. You had one today too, there, but man, it's like the rare double
Yeah.
double dip. Because I had
Yep.
therapy today and Ben actually had therapy. Ben had therapy today too. I had to point away from you. I'm like, it feels weird. Ben had therapy today too.
I know. I have to point the opposite direction too.
Yeah, there's nobody literally over here. Like I'm I'm pointing away from you. But yeah, a clinical psychologist, therapist, and things like that are qualified to diagnose you. But I just feel like if you know who you are, seek help. My very first email that I ever sent to a therapist, I posted it yesterday. It said, "Hey, I'm looking for help. I'm 99.5% certain that I have narcissistic personality disorder, and since becoming aware of it, the constant inner battle is destroying me." Something like that. So it absolutely, seek help. Seek help as much as possible. I feel like it can help you. It can definitely help you.
Yeah, that reminds me. I sought out like one guy that actually I know like worked with some narcissists, and like the response I got wasn't like the greatest because like I phrased the email of like I'm the narcissist to like kind of catch his attention, and it kind of went back and forth a little bit. And he didn't really like help me out much, but I was trying to like reach out because he'd had some stuff that he'd like worked with narcissists before. It was kind of interesting. But yeah, like that like initial like contact, like I even had like one therapist that I was with that we walked through narcissistic personality disorder in the DSM-5, and it like she was like, okay, like I see that. And then like the next session she told me that I had ADD and that what we walked through was ADD. And I was like, no, it wasn't, because I don't identify with that, because I was looking at it on my side too. But it's like it's weird. I either have one up. No, I think it's coming out this week of like, why is NPD like so hard to diagnose, or why do people like avoid? A lot of times I think like therapists even avoid giving a diagnosis because, for them it's so hard to work with. They don't like working with it because there's a false persona in the room. Or, I think at times I also say like it's not it doesn't make money.
Mhm. Yeah. So when you
Can't
said
get the
that,
bills to make it better.
when you said that, well, just now, I feel like my therapist is trying her hardest not to diagnose me as a sociopath, or have. So I see her writing her notes. She's like, I'll say something. She starts typing behind her. Should I stop talking?
Right.
It's kind of funny. I love therapy, y'all. I really, really love it. So I'm gonna answer this question real quick. Is NPD hereditary? So there's been some tests of whatnot. There's a genetic link to it, possibly. So could it possibly be hereditary? Yeah, but I'm more along the line think it might not be hereditary, but it's definitely passed down. Because like if the grandpa is a narcissist and they don't get help and they traumatize the dad, then the dad becomes a narcissistic person and they doesn't get help and traumatizes the son or the daughter. and then that person traumatizes their son or daughter, and it just continues. It might not be hereditary, but it definitely is passed down from generation to generation. So if nothing stops it, nothing stops it. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. So do narcissists tend to lash out on their partner? Why is it y'all can be good and everything great, then do a 360? I think you mean 180, and it seems as if you fully disconnect and push people away. Yeah, if you do 360, right back where you started. You know, that's that's, but the narcissist partner, you are the closest person to them, so you actually become the emotional punching bag, the dumping ground of the narcissist. Like if I'm going out in the world every single day, I'm unhappy with my life as the way it is. I worked in a warehouse for like 6.5, almost 7 years. I hated going to the warehouse every single day. So I went in there, I would look at the ceiling and like, what the hell am I doing here? I would work, go home and be angry as hell. And I would blame my wife. I was like, I'm only working here because of you. Even though I was working here before I met her. That's how silly that works. I was blaming her, like I have to work harder because to pay the bills, because you having kids, and it was her fault. So she became the reason that I was unhappy. I formulated my mind and blamed her for my unhappiness because she was the closest person to me. She just became that person, She did. Yeah. And speaking of wives, I think my wife was asking again. She's like, how do people react when you told them me and Ben's wife, me and Caleb do it live? So our wives actually might be teaming up and doing a live here soon, y'all. So if y'all want that, just let me know.
I talked to her about it the other day.
What'd she say?
Hey, at this rate, if y'all are coming up extra, we can just sit down and on the couch and do a 4-person live. You're like, that's too much.
Ben, you're doing too much now. See, Ben, look, he already opened boundaries. He's pushing the boundaries.
That would be really interesting, and it would be more interesting if we set it up like this, or had all 4 of us on the screen, or like had them 2 on one side and you and me on one side. Like that would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I say I love it. You know what I mean? I say I do love it. So we'll make it happen. We'll definitely make it happen, y'all. Because like I say, I just feel like if I didn't allow that to happen, it wouldn't be authentic on my journey. So I mean, I'm willing to face that. Might as well invite your psychologist to. Now, see, that's their whole different ball game right there, y'all. Teen wives, yes to your wives. Yes, we love it.
Yeah.
Come to Cali.
Kayla seemed like she'd be up for it. So yeah.
Come to Cali. I'll owe y'all a couple rounds on me. We be in Cali soon, man. I promise. No contact is the best. What do you feel about how do you feel about no contact, Ben?
Oftentimes no contact is the best way to be able to heal. Let's see. So like let's say you have a cut on your arm, or then let's say you have a burn on your arm, and you go and you take a band-aid and put over it, and then you're like, oh, like let me go ahead and check on it after like one day, and you like rip the band-aid off, and it rips up like some of the scab or some of the stuff that was starting to heal, and you're like, oh nope, not yet healed, and then put it back on, and then whoop, up next day. Nope, next day. And for some reason, it just takes forever to heal because you're re-traumatizing that wound every single time. And that's what no contact does, is you're trying to get out healed, happy, healthy from a relationship that has been manipulating, gaslighting, and abusing you so much that whenever you reactivate that communication, it's like ripping off that Band-Aid. It's re-traumatizing everything that you've been through, and oftentimes hinders your chance to be able to heal.
Oof. Y'all don't follow Raw Motivations. Y'all need to follow him. Y'all see his being this spitting just like flame. The live is hot right now.
I told you, I was ready tonight. I had 8 hours of that fact map mastermind with warrior stuff. I'm like ready to go.
The live is hot right now, y'all. So, sex with a narcissist, amazing. No, I'm just joking. It really so I always ask this question right here about sex with a narcissist. Is it really that good, or is it your only connection to the person? Is it the only time that you connect to the person? I hear both ends of it right here. Yeah, I hear both like the sex was terrible. I just loved them, but then I also hear like they would just clap my cheeks until I couldn't take it anymore. And I just, I'm here to stay forever, you know. So it really just depends. Just ask yourself that question though. Is it really that good, or is it your only connection? And if it is that good, is it worth is it worth being unhappy in every part of your life? Like, you know what?
Right.
I get kissed out, I get manipulated, I get gaslighted on a daily basis, but when they put it on me, I forget it all. I just let it go. I just, I just scream it out. So, is it? Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
a lot of it too is like love bombing. A lot of it is like where you learn and you adapt to how that person is, so you can give them everything they want, and then you pull it away.
Hmm. Yep. And you feel like you want to stay connected to that person in some way, shape, or form. So
Mhm.
this is a good one right here. So how did you guys meet? So we just actually met on TikTok. Honestly, what I mean.
We met on TikTok. I think interacted once or twice, and
Yeah.
then I ended up booking a one-on-one with you.
Oh yeah, we actually had a one-on-one. Ben is one of my star pupils for my one-on-ones, y'all. He's one of my star. So y'all should book with me. No, me and us, so we did a one-on-one. We met on TikTok. We've been in some group chats, and we just like we actually live pretty close together, pretty close to each other. We met in person a couple of times. We're doing a
Mhm.
live meetup in person, like I said, in Virginia Beach,
June
coming.
12th.
Mm-hmm. So Virginia Beach, Virginia, if y'all in the area, just come through, have fun with us, and talk and chat, whatnot, y'all. We vibe. Like Ben, I just feel like Ben gets it. Ben understands what I say. I understand what he says. We just vibe. I like
Yeah,
Ben.
I feel like there's some days where we'll like. I mean, we pretty much text at least one text a day. We pretty much text each other like every day. But like, there's
Yeah.
sometimes like I'll get out of therapy or he'll get out of therapy and be like, "Whoa, like I never thought about this," or sometimes we'll be like, "Has this
Mm.
ever happened to you?" And we're like, "Oh crap, like that happens to you too," like that kind of stuff, which is kind of interesting, but also like helps us like our personalities are very different, but like
Mm.
the underlying stuff of narcissism, it's crazy sometimes how much it like overlaps. Even for
Yeah.
us, we're kind of like surprised.
Yeah. Jeez. I do these studio lights having bugs flying in here sometimes. um. So why? So I'm gonna let Ben hop on this. Yeah. What, your name is hilarious. First of all, why do you why do you still need to go to therapy?
Because I'm all healed. I don't need to go to therapy anymore. I mean, that's what a narcissist will say after they go like 5 times. So, like, I think it's a good thing for anybody to go to therapy. And I think there's a stigma, though. A lot of people don't want to go to therapy. But therapy in reality is like working on yourself. Like, how can you continue to work on yourself to grow and change and become a better person? For me, like, going to therapy is a long process that I'm not going to get to the bottom anytime soon, because I know for me, there's a lot of shit that I haven't dug up and actually dealt with. Like we talk about like inner child or going all the way back to like childhood, and I'm just like blank. Like I don't even know it's there. But there's like a lot of things that I know in my personality and working on a day-to-day basis and communicating with my wife and getting impatient with my daughter and getting frustrated at the dogs, like whatever it might be, that I still need that therapy to work on who I am and how I'm behaving.
No, nice. Me personally, I just feel like I need that at least monthly. Well, it was monthly, but I feel like now it's increasing the duration. Now, my next therapy appointment is on the 6th, so it's just like it's increasing the duration. I'm, pretty, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna see her like 5 times a week here pretty soon, y'all. But I just feel like I needed to check in, y'all, because I feel like once a month for me was good for a long time. But I feel like now that I'm just getting more and more, I hear other people's stories. I'm taking in a lot more information from the world that it might need to be more often. It's like people trauma dump on me, and I trauma dump on my therapist, and she just feeds me. I feel like she feeds me and lets me know what I need to do. She's like, "Hey, look, you said this. This is what I come up with. Work on this." I'm like, "I don't want to work on this." I'm like, "Cool, gotcha. I'll work on that." She's just legit, y'all. I just feel like my therapist just keeps me in line. She's because what I'm gonna do? Fire her? She don't care. It's just like she got more clients. She doesn't like she sees my I don't know if she sees my social media and stuff, but I'm out here. Uh my
Yeah, it's kind of funny that I had I don't know, like a month ago, I guess, my therapist like was like, we need to talk really quick just about like cross communication. She was like, the other day I accidentally mentioned to someone about like your channel, and she was like, I just want to make sure like she went through this whole thing, but she's like, I want to make sure this is still like a safe space. And I was like, it's fine, like people know my channel and stuff. But then I had like another like therapist like in the building like ask me something about just like the narcissism stuff that I was putting out. It was kind of funny.
Mm-hmm. There you go. So Travis said mine wrote a whole letter, put it in my jacket pocket, and went right back to her baby father that had beat her and raped her. Dear Lord, that is awful. See, but you see how strong the trauma bond is. That's definitely an example of the trauma bond and how strong it is, y'all. It really is. And so yeah, y'all should definitely really follow Ben at Raw Motivations or Raw_motivations on all platforms. You know, he does one-on-ones as well. So check him out, www.rawmotivations.com.
Did you see the website the other day? Or I guess that was today that I showed you.
I
I like
see.
revamped it some.
Yeah, nice. It looks good. Definitely looks good. Did your wives go no contact with you? So my wife can't go no contact, y'all. We have kids together. Y'all see how kids complicate things?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have kids with them, don't have them with them because you can't go no contact.
Mm-hmm.
It's damn near impossible. So did she go as low contact as possible? Yeah, she definitely did. Because I feel like before my wife left, I feel like she did a lot of research on narcissism before she left, you know, and she was trying to follow all the rules and all the other stuff, you know what I mean? But like, yo, just some people, you know, we went to marriage counseling. We did that whole jam and things like that. But she did a whole lot of research. She left and went as low contact as possible. She did what she had to do. Honestly, I respect her for it. Honestly, if she wouldn't have left, I would probably looked at her differently because I was treating her terribly. I wasn't talking shit to her, nothing like that. I wasn't mentally doing. I wasn't yelling and screaming. I just wasn't communicating with her. It was just like kind of like we were roommates. We were like roommates that parented together. You know, we had a son together. We were just like parenting. Like I got him from 4 to 6. You got him from 6 to 8. Cool. And there was a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had to drop my son off and pick him up. See you when you get home. You know, that's how it was for a long time. You know, now we're trying to get more and more involved because like I disconnect, y'all. I do emotionally disconnect. I phase out sometimes because I get selfish with my time, effort, and energy. So I will mentally check out, and I won't realize it until I won't realize it until I go to therapy sometimes, or I talk to Ben. He said something about his wife. I'm like, oh damn. I go upstairs and talk to my wife. I'm like, you know, that's what I say. Ben, like, I check in with Ben. Ben helps me out too, y'all.
Right.
You know, so it helps.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, Ben's t-shirt course are definitely on fire tonight, y'all. So he's about to drop some merch here pretty soon.
You gotta work on that, I guess.
You have to. Oh, so he's working on his merch, but he has an app. Go and tell him about your app, Ben.
Yeah, so we've got an app out called NARC. So it's Narcissist Abuse Recovery Community. And it's meant to be a community that is safe for a lot of people to be able to get on there, be able to ask questions, be able to interact with other people, and be able to learn about narcissism, be able to learn like what is it? How does it affect? What makes up it? Like what am I supposed to do? Like we just had a great course dropped about a week and a half ago by Bree. She runs Abuse is Abuse, and she just dropped a course on boundaries. So like if you're confused of like what boundaries look like or how that works, like she had a whole course that just dropped on there that's absolutely amazing. It's like really cool just to be able to, you know, it even has like an exercise session that you can fill out, kind of like self-help to kind of make you think about yourself, about the boundaries and things like that. So it's called the NARC app. It's on Google Play, it's on Apple Store. We're doing exclusive lives. And I had someone ask me that I do, like, why are the lives exclusive? Like, you go live here. And we're like, hey, that's a good question. So the lives are actually exclusive in the app on Monday nights from 9:30 to 10:30 for the sole purpose of keeping it a safe environment. Because there's people that are on here at times that they want to ask questions, or they can only be so they can only be so specific because either they're going through a nasty divorce or they're afraid of a stalker or something like that. That's why the platform that we've created, like you actually have to make an account. You have to log in before you do anything else so we can help control it. So, you know, we don't want to have a toxic person that gets in that, you know, space, or if someone ever did, we can boot them right back out and they are not able able to get into the app. And so that's one thing that we're trying to do, having those exclusive lives every Monday night from 9:30 to 10:30 p.m. Inside the app. If you're on like the second tier, there's a different way to be able to connect that we let you know whenever you come on. We also have with the second tier that's in the app, we also have monthly Zoom calls as well. So it's another way. It's not even a webinar based. It's like this. It's like this, where we can actually see each other face to face, communicate, like help build that community and relationship, but then also have a great time of question and answers, and then also like coaching that we're going to focus on kind of like a theme and a topic like every month to try to give people a good focus and a purpose going forth for that month.
Yep. So y'all heard him. Download the Narc app, NARC, just like right here. Download the Narc app in the Google Play, in the Apple Store. It's just like, I'm like, I have it, y'all. I have it. I check in on it. I check in on it. Y'all see that? It's on my phone right there at the bottom, right there. You click on it. Yeah, you click on it right there, and it takes you right there. You see, it's an actual app for motivations, and there he is right there, Mr. Ben Taylor, chilling. Chilling.
So right now we have it's been up for like 2 months, 3 months, I guess. Yeah, I guess like almost 3 months now, and it's over 2,600 people that have signed up or made an account.
2,600 people. Oh, and so everybody asks for a community of people to be around. Like, where can I get help? Where can I feel safe? The Narc app right here. You should check it out. Yo, just downloaded it. download it, not downloaded it.
There's like a ton of good questions today.
So I feel like a magnet to narcissistic people. So a lot of people attract narcissists, but are you choosing them? A lot of people attract narcissistic, toxic people, but are you choosing the narcissist? You know, I just feel like they pop up in people's lives, but a lot of people pick them. You pick them over non-narcissistic people. I just feel like ask yourself the question, why? Do you have a toxic narcissistic parent, or do other people just seem boring to you? I just there's something going on there.
And Allison, if you want some more detail on that possibility, you can check out, little plug here, you can check out tomorrow. I'm dropping a YouTube video at 11 that says what types of people attract narcissists. So it might give you some clarity there too.
There you go. So y'all check. He's on YouTube. He does YouTube videos and all the other good. Oh, I just butchered that. YouTube.com. I just butchered it, y'all. It's Raw Motivations on YouTube. I put an extra.com at the back of it. Sorry, y'all. I put an extra. I'm gonna re-put it in here, y'all. But it's Raw Motivation. Yeah, I just accidentally put that .com at the end of it. Raw Motivation. So y'all check it out. People on I have people watching on Twitch somehow. I don't need to be on Twitch. So Ben, would you say do you ever try to hoodwink your therapist?
I would say no. I would say like early on with some of the first therapists I knew, there was times that I wouldn't necessarily hoodwink, but I would kind of either favor the conversation towards my needs or towards, what I thought. But as I kept getting into like, hey, do I actually want to do this? Do I actually want to be honest and real? I knew I had to get to a place where I was going to be able to connect with a therapist that could call me out. But then also that I would feel safe to be able to get there and be able to say like, hey, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I'm thinking, without feeling like I had to run out of the room, And so I got to the place where working with my therapist, the one that I've been with now, like I've been with her for, I guess, going on like 15 months now. And that's like every week being able to see her and like interact and stuff like that, to be able to place where like she calls me out, like, and she tells me how it is. And so there's a big aspect that, working with her has been huge and like helpful, but also it really what it came down to is there's a period of time where I was seeing like 4. Like I was like, I can't figure out which one I want. So I was contacting a couple and I'm like trying to figure out who do I go to? Who's a good fit, that kind of thing. And I went to the therapist that I was with, and I sat down and we got into a conversation. It was like the initial intake kind of a thing. We got into the session, got like halfway through, and I don't even know what it was anymore, but there was like a moment where all of a sudden I just felt like emotion. Like I didn't like tear up or cry or anything, because like that just didn't happen anyways. But like all of a sudden I just felt like this like emotion. I was like, whoa, I was like, this is different. And like at that moment I was just kind of like, this is where I'm supposed to be,
Yep. So a great answer. So yeah, Keisha said download the Narc app. I'm assuming she has already. she's
Awesome.
she's
Yeah.
already on. So
Sweet.
download the Narc app, y'all. So next question: is it possible to be passive and still have narcissism? Yes. That's where covert narcissism comes into play, y'all. Like I said, I'm pretty sure my narcissist, my therapist. I hear this so much. My therapist pretty much told me again today that I am a covert narcissist. So I'm like, I can be super active aggressive when I want to, y'all. But typically, I convey my point through comedy or through just being a little bit passive through it. Being super direct, being just like, boop, nope, he don't love you. I'm like, look, how's he treated? I'll say, how's he treated you? He's like, no, he don't love you. It really just depends. So you can be passive and have narcissism. That's where covert narcissism comes into play, because all narcissists don't have to yell and scream at you. Some of them are passive aggressive, and it's hard to read them and things like that. So yes. Can you guys explain? I'm gonna hop on that right there. I'm trying to rework. Can you guys explain the feeling you get when getting away with a lie? I don't understand the gratification. What's the point?
So think of the last action movie that you watched, and think of when the hero or the character or the superhero, whatever, either got away with something or made an amazing save, or did something. Let's say you even watched I don't know, I'm thinking of Ocean's 11 or something like that, where you see something that's pretty epic, like a giant bank heist that happens right under everybody's nose, and they walk out and they barely get caught, kind of a thing. That's the high. It's the adrenaline rush in one sense. And it happens with cheating, but there's also an aspect that it happens with lying as well, of I just told you something that, if you ask a question a different way, or if you look at the phone on a different app, or if you look at my computer or something you're going to catch me. But that small moment of the pivot in between you believing and you not believing it, that's kind of that higher gratification of I sold you something and you bought it.
And the bigger the lie, the bigger the gratification, y'all. The bigger the high. The bigger the lie, the bigger the high.
There you go. There's another t-shirt.
So this person says, what's passive? So passive.
Yeah, that popped up when that passive narcissist comment was up.
Okay. So what's passive? It just means that so I'll just talk about weight. So it's just it's an active aggressive person would say you're fat. A passive person was like, those pants are kind of tight. You say both of them mean the same thing, but they try to achieve the same goal just by different means. Covert narcissists are the worst. And it can be. Covert is terrible. What's the opposite of a narc?
A human.
I think people typically would say an empath. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious. This is a good one right here. Can narcissists be financially abusive, depend on you, but have no goals of their own? Woo. Yeah. Yes. So I think a lot of people think that all narcissists are successful, handsome, beautiful people and things like that. But there are some bum ass, low life, dirty ass, narcissistic people, y'all. Like I told you, there are some people, and some of y'all, honestly, y'all will know that they are bums. Like you're just empathize with them. Oh, they just fell on hard times for the last 10 years where they haven't worked and been living in their mom's basement. Y'all will empathize with them and try to take care of them. You try to rebuild this person. You try to build them, to make them. You try to formulate them into something that they're not. You see potential in them. You try to build them up. And yeah, they'll be financially abusive. Like, oh, you don't want to take care of me. You don't want to help me out. I'm trying to. You just trying to use your money against me. They'll manipulate you into giving them money. I just no goals of their own. Their goal is to take advantage of you. That's a goal right there. So I'm gonna let Ben hop on this one, y'all. I'm gonna look through the questions real quick. Basement bum.
Um, let me see.
It's a funny.
Is it possible to ever leave a narcissist? So a lot of times people like don't think that it's possible to leave a narcissist because that's what they've trained you to think. Like they've trained you to be dependent on their affection, their love, even though it's breadcrumbs, even though it's tiny at that point, but they've trained you that over a period of time. And that's the aspect of narcissists and how they groom their victims. And so when a narcissist is kind of like working through that, like they're grooming you to actually keep coming back for their affection, for their attention, and things like that. So a lot of times people think like, hey, like I can't leave, either it's financial abuse or I can't leave because, they're saying and I'm starting to believe that, I can't find love out there, or that someone's not going to love me, or someone's not going to, date a mom with kids, or not someone's not going to, be with a single dad or something like that. So like there's that thought of like you can't do any better than what I'm giving you, which ultimately like holds you back.
Yep. Somebody said show the Narc app again. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna re-pull it up real quick. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. So
I threw
here you
the
go.
links into YouTube, but I don't have them where I can throw them into the other.
Okay, I'm gonna show it again. So yeah, this is what it looks like on the phone right here. See right here, NAR N period A period R period C period right there. The Narc app. You just tap it. See, goodness gracious. See right there at the bottom. It says the community, encouragement, support, friends, safety. He's on it, y'all. He's really on it. So download the Narc app. You can scroll through it. So you scroll points. Go in there. You hit the community button.
But
It,
show
it,
the courses while you're at it. That learn
scroll through it.
tab.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Remind me later. See, look, courses on here. Boundaries by you see there's courses on it and whatnot. Boundaries by Bree. Um make it darker, y'all.
I
Sorry.
know it's hard to see with the glare. There you go.
Look,
Yeah, just hold it like sideways somewhat. There you go. There you go.
yeah, can you see it? So set you
Yeah.
free. That right there. There's courses on here, y'all. Y'all can see it's scrollable. It's an amazing app. It's the best narcissist app out there. It's the best narcissist healing community app out there. There's nothing comparable out there. Yes, I
Yes,
testify.
we're excited about it. It's got a lot, and there's a lot of stuff coming down the pipe. Like I just approved a pretty decent size update that's coming to it now, and there's actually another update like in the pipe. So it's kind of cool.
There you go, y'all. Mm-mm-mm.
I don't know how I got here, but awesome. Awesome. Well, we're glad you got here as well.
We're glad you found your way. You're supposed to be here. I'll say that. You don't know how you got here, but you're supposed to be here.
Someone did just ask, are you coaching narcs as well on the app? So the app is not meant for narcissists. The app is meant, it's a narcissistic abuse recovery community. So it's a community of people that are trying to work on healing. And so it's not for narcissists. So I do personally talk to narcissists. If they want to reach out, I'm not gonna reach out to them. I'm not gonna try to fix your narcissist. If they want to talk, then they definitely can. I explained it to someone the other day. 95% of the people that I see are narcissistic abuse survivors. 5% of the people I see are narcissists, and 1% of those come back.
She said the sex was the worst. It was just as selfish as the rest of his actions. So no clapping. There were just the action. Yep. There you go. Raw motivation. NARC. There you go, right there, y'all. See, yo, he has supporters in the comment section telling y'all the app is fire. So download the app. Download the app. He's letting y'all know. I'm in healing. Donna Sickles, power up.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So package deal, what for the app or just sometimes narcissistic people see you and the kids as a package deal. If they can't have the kid, if they can't have you, they don't want the kids.
Right.
To hell with them kids. If I can't have you. Mm-mm-mm.
But if it's going to cause you hurt and cause you pain, then they might try to do that after the fact. Try to get the kid or try to get custody over the kids, even though they don't want them in one sense.
Yep. Lee's real sponsor saved my life. I appreciate you. Come to Cali. Got Disney tickets for you. I'm gonna hold you to that. I just screenshot that, so I'm gonna hold you to that. So we're gonna take a few more questions, y'all. I know we come on the end of it right here, y'all. We got a few more questions.
That was a fast live.
It was we got the chat, and it was. I looked at the time. I was like, it's 10 o'clock. How in the hell do you break the trauma bond?
I guess that's me.
Step one. I'm gonna holler this for step one. Get on Amazon. Order this right here, y'all. The Trauma Bond Recovery Journal. He got one too. Y'all see how fire it is. Amazon, the Trauma Bond Recovery Journal. Get on there, order this, and it helps you. Y'all, it literally, Lisa Sunny, super fire. This is what it's called, journaling helps you heal from narcissistic abuse, anyways. But this is what I call targeted journaling. It tells you what you need to work on. Week 1, day 1, it starts off with some fire. What reasons do I give myself to stay in my relationship? Are these reasons truly rational? I'm telling y'all, this book, the Trauma Bond Recovery Journal can help you. It's fire. Check it out.
So along with that, great tool from her, but also a great thing as well that's coming out is how to keep your sanity when co-parenting with a toxic ex. A lot of times we're getting co-parenting questions. Well, there's a great webinar that's coming out by that same person who has the Trauma Bond Recovery Journal. It's coming out June 2nd. June 2nd at 7 o'clock.
Yep.
I clicked on it, so now it's not letting me.
That's good. June 2nd, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. How to maintain your sanity when you're co-parenting with a narcissist. There you go, right there. Our camera is just like, I'm gonna figure out how to attach my camera.
I actually figured out here. I'll figure something out. Give me 1 second.
You can share your screen, can't you? You know how to do that?
Yeah, but I'm gonna pull it up so people can actually see it. Yeah, you can answer a question while I'm pulling it up.
Okay, yeah. What do you do when a narc tries to break no contact through the kids? I just feel like it's extremely hard to go absolute no contact when you have kids, because sometimes they have to talk to you and they'll play on it. They will absolutely play on the fact that you have to talk to them through the kids, i.e. me. I've done that, y'all. I've literally done it. If I have a kid by my wife, she left, I was like, you can't not talk to me, So they will do that. So keep it about the kid. If you have to talk to them and they try to divert the conversation to y'all together, working together, being together, where did we go wrong? That type of shit right there. Divert it back to the kids. Keep it about the kids, because if you allow them to divert it and you start having a conversation about something else, you get sucked back into that. You'll start ruminating and you get sucked back into it, y'all. I promise you, it happens all the time. Keisha Stanton, you putting a lot of blank comments in here. I'm ordering the journal. There you go. Look, if y'all didn't know, Trauma Bond Recovery Journal on Amazon. Lisa Sunny is fire, y'all. It really is. And if you like Lisa Sunny, Trauma Bond Recovery Journal, and the NARC, the app, the NARC app. Download that shit. Stop playing, y'all. Y'all be want to heal. Stop playing. What's the app again? The NARC app. NARC, NARC, Narcissist Abuse Recovery Community. He got you. Look, I have the journal too. See, the people already have the journal, y'all. This is not new.
Does something have to be enabled on? Oh, okay, here we go.
You got it?
Yep. 1 second.
I'm gonna hide this, y'all. He's about to show this thing real quick. We still learning.
Okay.
Oh,
there it is. You just have to add it to the stream. Wow, look at that. We look like official presenters.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
All right, so this is Lisa's webinar that's coming up. So here it is, June 2nd at 7 p.m. Eastern time, 6 p.m. Central time. So healing from an abusive relationship is hard enough, but when there are kids involved, it becomes even harder. In this 90-minute webinar, you'll learn how to navigate co-parenting with abusive, toxic, or narcissistic ex. Lisa Sunny will be joined by a retired family court judge, a high conflict divorce coach, a co-parenting coach, and a licensed therapist. So she's bringing all the heat to this to be able to show you guys, give you guys some tools, give you guys some ideas of how to be able to deal with this when you're having to co-parent. So check this out. There's a link in either one of our bios. Feel free to be able to grab that. There's a link anywhere for us to grab, for you guys to grab it. But yeah, Her webinars are really awesome. She does a great job putting them together.
Yep, it's an amazing webinar, y'all. It's awesome. How to keep your sanity when co-parenting with your toxic ex. Check it out. June 2nd. It's in my bio. It's in Ben's bio. Raw Motivations on all platforms. You know, if you're on YouTube, search Ben Taylor Raw Motivations. If you're watching this on Facebook, he's on Facebook as well. I'm gonna tag him when I post this on Facebook too, y'all. Check him out on Facebook. I'm gonna remove that so we can top back up here. Ali, I didn't know you were live right now. I posted about it, Mama Bear. I did. I posted about it. Sorry. I'm sorry you didn't see it. I'm just joking. Sorry,
I'll
y'all.
have to remember that for the next time we do these lives, that we can do like the screen share. Like I can like pull stuff up like that. I can even pull. Eventually, I can even pull like the Narc app up on the web version. Then people aren't seeing like the screen glare and everything too.
Yeah. There you go. So
We'll get like a whole web page like ready with all the resources so people can see what we're looking at.
Yep. That's super fire, y'all. So yeah, as I we're gonna take another question or two and hop off here, y'all, because you know it is tonight. Look, I'm downloading it, the Narc app. Thank you, y'all. Check out the Narc app, y'all. I know it's fire. I wouldn't keep posting it on here, y'all, if it wasn't a good app. If it wasn't a good resource, I wouldn't keep posting it. It's just like Ben's not paying me for this, y'all. Yet. No, I'm joking. He hit every red flag. I didn't see it then. Sometimes, look, sometimes it's super blinding until you get out of it, until the fog clears. You know what I mean? Mm-mm.
When you wear rose-colored glasses, all red flags just look like flags.
Yeah, I actually have a skit I'm planning on doing about what you just said. I wrote it down when I was leaving Virginia Beach. I was listening to a book, and I thought about something just like that. It's like a Rorschach test. It's like I'm gonna show a red flag on a piece of paper. It's just like, tell me what you see here. It's just gonna be a red flag, and that's all saying stupid shit. I wrote that down the other day. So this is gonna be the last one y'all hear, y'all. Is it physically painful when you know you're wrong but don't want to admit it? I'm gonna let Ben hop on it, and then I'll wrap it up for y'all.
I'm not sure about like the physically painful. I think it's more like mentally and emotionally and things like that when it comes down to it. Like any type of emotional, like mental pain in one sense is something that's going to get hidden really quick. When a narcissist feels like that guilt or that shame, we want to box it up and we want to hide it as quick as possible. So like in those moments when, I know that I'm wrong, like I can't handle that. Like that's something that's like it feels like it'd be like cutting my arm off. So like in that aspect, it feels physically painful, even though it's not physically painful, but it's like that mental kind of back and forth of like, I know this is what's actually happening, but I can't bear to be wrong in the situation. So I'll die on that hill saying that this is what happened when I know it didn't.
Mm-hmm. So I feel the same way. I feel like that pain it comes with it is it's just more shame, y'all. It's just more shame. Even when I'm in therapy, admitting to wild stuff in my thought process, it's hard to even make eye contact with my therapist when I'm saying stuff like that, y'all. It really is. I'm just like, yeah, this right here happened. Just like looking around and stuff like that. It's just hard to even make eye contact with the therapist in situations like that. It really, really is, y'all. You know what I mean? So I just feel like, yeah, it can be physically painful, but it's more like something in the pit of your stomach. Yeah, that feeling right there. So yeah, I don't want to admit that I'm wrong, but like even in therapy, when I know I'm wrong, I'm trying to get help for it. You know what I mean? I'm just like literally, it sucks and it hurts. A lot of people try to avoid that feeling by blaming you for it. So if you're not in if not in therapy, they'll just push that feeling, that pain or whatever, that shame, they'll put it onto you. That's what typically happens right there, y'all. So, y'all. All right, y'all. So thank y'all for tuning into another. You have anything to say, man?
I was just gonna say several people I noticed were just commenting about like one-on-ones or asking. I think they looked at one of our schedules and looked like they're booked up as well. So like both of us do have the one-on-ones. So either click on the link in our bio. Your website, you're still working on that, right?
My website, yeah. It's coming. I tried booking one month. Oh, so yeah, my schedule for
That's
June.
probably on your side. I know
Yeah,
mine's still free.
my schedule for June isn't out yet, y'all. I'm about to put it out here, y'all. I'm starting to do more late nights here pretty soon. I do early mornings, but I'm trying to transition to more late nights and whatnot, y'all, here pretty soon in June. So I'm about to. It'll be up tomorrow. Like I said, Ben does one-on-ones as well. Y'all hear Ben spitting fire tonight. So he does one-on-ones. I'm gonna put it into the chat. www.rawmotivations.com. Check it
Yeah,
out.
I took off like the limit on mine so people can book out like however far in one sense.
Oh, nice. So yeah,
Yeah.
you see, you can book as far as you want to. I just put it into the chat, y'all. Rawmotivations.com. Check it out. Check him out and whatnot. Follow him on all platforms. Download the Narc app. I done shouted it out, so much. Download the Narc app. If you want to be part of a healing community, I tell people to follow me on Instagram because I feel like that's a good community too. But like Ben's stuff is super specific to healing. Mine is just open to. I have a public page. It's pretty much open for everybody to see. But yeah, is the app in the App Store? Yes, it is because
Yeah,
I
so
have.
if you
I have
go,
an.
if you go, you can look on Apple or you can look on Google Play. Just type in NARC, and that'll pull it up. You can go to rawmotivations.com. There's links there. There's QR codes. You can jump to it really quick too. All the different type of stuff. So yeah, feel free to check it out.
Y'all see right there, y'all. So again, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in tonight. We had it's a good live, it's a good high energy. Follow Ben on all platforms. Like I said, rawmotivations.com. If y'all new here, somehow you found me from nowhere, Mentalhealness on all platforms, on Instagram at extra S, because somebody took my name. I'm coming for it. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. We both really truly appreciate all of y'all. We here to help in any way, shape, or form we can. Like I said, like and subscribe to both the channels. If you need, like I said, Ben does one-on-ones. I do one-on-ones. Ben has an app. He has a website. Ben is going. Ben is going. Yeah, he's about to blow up here more pretty soon. So if y'all haven't booked with Ben, book with him before he blows up, and you have to book out till like September. Like I have to talk to Ben in September. You got a problem now. You get married in June 1st. You got to book a one-on-one for September. You already pregnant.
Oh God. We're digressing. We need to get off of here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, thank
y'all so much. Good questions. And if y'all missed it, it'll be on Lee's YouTube. It'll be on my YouTube as well if you guys want to watch the replay later. Thank y'all.
All right. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Peace.